Well, good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Thompson Falls, Montana. And Valkyrie basketball here on BFSD Events here on YouTube. James LaFontaine, the voice of the Likes of the Vals here from Thompson Falls as the Valkyries get ready to take on the Lady Bluehawks here in conference action. Had a chance to sit down and pregame brought to you by Bigfork Harvest Foods for all your grocery needs, including the amazing bakery and deli. Highway 35 in Bigfork, Montana, 837-5010. The Bigfork Harvest Foods. Had a chance to sit down with the head coach of the Valkyries, Courtney Gunlock, and this is what she had to say pregame here in quite a long interview, and I will play that for you now. This is what Well, good afternoon and welcome to Thompson Falls. It's Valkyrie basketball here on a Saturday at usual early game, you know, with COVID and everything. The girls playing first. Freshmen got underway at 10:30. JV. All right, folks, just reconnecting the jetpack here, not good reception, so connecting to the new Wi-Fi. Here's more of what Courtney Gunlock had to say pregame. And you guys almost beat them. Talk about that game and how your kids played, because I thought that was the best game of the year besides the Loyola game earlier in the season.
Yeah, we know that they're one of the top teams in the state, and they've been strong for a long time, and we were taking it, the girls were loose, we were taking it as a real special chance to have a really nice practice game before trying to prepare for some of these tough games down the road. And the girls came out loose, and they gave me 100% that whole game, and it was a hard-fought game. And to have it that close at the end was really exciting for us.
Well, you went down earlier, and I have to go back. Previously, you had your game against Deer Lodge earlier in the year that was canceled on the road because of COVID and Deer Lodge, but you had a pickup game against Sioux Falls, and you guys didn't play so well. They come out and pretty much whipped you, I think, by 30 points. So going into this game, what was your mindset after playing them up at home previously and losing like that and playing them again? So how did you get your girls, fired up to say, hey, even though we lost by 30, we can play with these guys?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, there were a couple things that came into play losing by 30. One, we weren't actually ready to play a game that day where they were supposed to play Polson, and it got canceled right away. We were also missing Scout, our big, who was a big presence against the Sioux Falls girl, and so obviously those two factors were huge, and we knew we weren't going to perform like that again. So we were excited to get a second chance to redeem ourselves, and I think we did.
I know, I was so excited. I mean, I didn't get to PA the first game because obviously I was on the road to doing radio for the boys. That was the plan at the time, to do both games on radio. So I missed that game, and but this one, I mean, you guys went down early. I mean, they had some really good players, and a lot of kids can hit from outside for Sioux Falls, but you kept battling. I want to talk about a couple of players that I thought really stood out for you, and I'll talk about them individually. I want you to get your response. Emma Barrett seemed like she was everywhere, especially in the second half of that ball game.
Yeah, Emma always likes to play tough competition, and especially Sioux Falls, and so she was everywhere. She gave me 100%, and she was all over the floor, defensive and offensively, and she's consistently doing that for us, but I think that was just an extra special one for her.
Yeah, she really stepped up offensively, stealing the ball, taking it to the basket, rebounding as well. But another one that really stepped up, and I really think she's coming into her role in the post position, is Scout Nadeau. And I thought she had a phenomenal game against Sioux Falls as well, rebounding, and making those little bunnies underneath. So talk about Scout and her effort against Sioux Falls and becoming more comfortable in the post.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Scout is definitely giving us more minutes. I think she's getting better endurance, and I also feel like she's becoming stronger with her post moves, and she's learning how to use her body a little bit more and going up strong and drawing fouls, and going up without fading away has been huge, and so she's actually starting to finish.
Yeah, and then there's two other players I want to talk about. Madison Japies, she was making steals from the backside, rebounding, outlaying the ball, pushing the ball. Talk about Madison as well.
Yeah, Madison is also coming into her own, and they're all just starting to figure out how to play together, but she's definitely gaining more control, gaining more confidence. She's a playmaker. She's strong. She's a strong rebounder. She's just a special all-around player that you can really almost put her in any position on the floor.
Yeah, that looks like that. And then she had, a couple of nice threes as well in that ball game. But the other one I want to talk about was probably a surprise for me because all year I haven't seen her. But Alexis Sari, she shot the ball, especially from the corner, and drained some key threes to, especially put you up, after 3 quarters against Sioux Falls.
Yeah, Alexis again is another player that this is her first year with us, so she's starting to just kind of jive with the team. But I'm also finding that when Alexis gets a little fired up or a little angry in the game and she starts seeing red, she plays her best.
Yeah, I can see that a little bit, getting a little upset when they slap at her and try to steal the ball, and then, but then she go in the corner and just, flat out just draining those, and that was exciting as well. But, Steady Eddie, we talk about steady, tough defender. Audrey just, always there playing. I just love the way she plays defense. She can go up alongside by somebody. It reminds me of her playing soccer, and she's able to take the ball away without fouling. Talk about Audrey and her season.
Well, Audrey's a phenomenal defender. I vote her the best defender in our conference and I think our division, honestly. And she's going against with Columbia Falls, 2 former soccer players, and so it's speed after speed, and she matches up with them, which is pretty special to see.
Yeah, there's other kids, Callie Gambala comes off the bench now a little more for you in the varsity. You're not playing so many minutes down below to help you out, and it seems like you got your whole team together, and you played so well. You lost by 5, but in my mind, as a former coach, that I take that as a win against a tough team, against that, and so many positives out of that game. You guys play like that. You did against Sioux Falls, against any team in Class B, and you can beat them.
Yeah. No, I agree. I think our 2 games, the Loyola game and the Sioux Falls games, were by far our best games of this season. So we just need to get back to that consistency, which we definitely know we can be there.
And I think the number one thing that you guys did, especially against Sioux Falls and earlier against Loyola, was you took care of the basketball. You guys didn't make dumb passes. I say dumb passes, trying to force it, and finding the open person and really sharing the basketball, which I think is key and a huge difference in success. You're not giving those guys the extra shots.
Yeah, no, we have been taking care of the ball much better come late, and I think that's just growth in these girls learning how to play together since they're a young team.
So we'll talk about Thursday, right? And I'm going to preface this that, after playing a team like Sioux Falls, unbeaten, ranked in the top 3 in the state in Class A. You go up there and play Eureka, which is always a tough place to play, and a very long court to play that, and a little bit of a letdown, but if you look at that, can be expected after the game against Sioux Falls.
Yeah, it was definitely not one of our better games, and I do think fatigue was a factor from our hard-fought game against Sioux Falls. I don't believe Eureka had a game that week yet, so I definitely thought we were just slower. Our reaction time was slower. We had a couple girls get into early foul trouble, which didn't help us. It was a long court, so not making excuses, but it definitely, I think fatigue did factor into that game. And Eureka's a good team. They have almost all their guys. They're phenomenal shooters, and they shot well that game. So, they're no disrespect to them because they're a phenomenal team.
Yeah, they are a very good team, and with that win, they, over Thompson Falls because of the point spread, they're going to be the number 1 seed. And we already knew that you guys were going to be the 3 seed going into divisionals, which is not a bad thing. So talk about today's game, right? Eureka's past us, we go on to play Thompson Falls today. You're not really playing for any position today, so how do you motivate your girls against Thompson Falls? Remember last year you lost the 2 regular season games. And the divisionals, you win that semifinal by 1 in an exciting ball game. Yeah. So talk about how your mindset today. What do you have to do against Sioux Falls? You're not playing for anything. You're already there's number 2. You're number 3. So what are you going to go after, or what are you going to look to work on in this game in preparation for divisionals?
Yeah, I don't think I have to motivate the girls much tonight. I think they have a real bad taste in their mouth after Thursday's loss. I think that's a big motivator in itself. But we want to improve on the things that we still need to improve on: our ball handling, our shooting, our transition defense and offense, and we want to work on a couple things to see how they work, and if we meet up with this team in divisionals, which is highly likely, we want to just try to find things that might work against them. But we definitely want to continue to win and gain confidence and grow.
Yeah, I would agree with that. So just kind of play today, see how. I'm looking forward. It's going to be exciting, just like the game you had against them at home. Always exciting game in conference. Pretty much the 7B is set for divisionals, right? Mission will take care of Troy. Obviously, in the 4 versus 5 game, Troy's down, and Mission is very talented as well. On the 6B side, I think it's a little up in the air between Florence, Anaconda, and Loyola, who's going to be the top seed, right? And then, obviously...
So actually, I think right now the big game is the Anaconda-Loyola game tonight, because I believe right now Loyola is first because Anaconda lost to Florence.
Yep.
So it comes down to tonight's game.
And that would determine your matchup in the first round
Correct.
of divisionals, which will take place coming up. And I have the schedule here on March 3rd. So you guys will play at 7 o'clock already as a 3 seed, and it'll determine tonight's game who the 2 seed is, so we'll look forward to that. I'm looking forward to today's ball game against Thompson Falls, and then next week get to go down to Loyola again and play them on Monday. That'll be exciting. If you didn't know, folks, it moved from Tuesday to Monday for the varsity, and then the freshman JV moved to Tuesday, which is fine. It's a holiday Monday, so I can get down there easier. So I'm looking forward for your ball game today, and I hope the girls come out and play. And like you said, fired up. I would be fired up after playing Sioux Falls so well, losing to Eureka now. Hey, let's get after it today. Let's just leave it all on the court until you guys play on Monday.
Yeah, no, I agree. Thanks.
So let's go Vals, okay? Good luck today, Coach.
Thank you.
All right, head coach Courtney Wenlock on the pregame show, talking about what's happened this past week, and then also today's ball game, and then headed into divisionals. Although we have one more week, they play at Loyola next week, and then we travel to Anaconda for all those games coming up on next Saturday. And I'm going to buy some split the pot tickets, but we look forward to all those games, today's game, and then they already know the 3rd seed, and we'll find out who the 2 seed and who they face in the divisionals. But regular season still to wrap up against Loyola on Monday, and then Anaconda next Saturday. So that'll be a good test, getting them ready for the postseason and divisional tournament. And let's take a look at the starting lineups. Starting lineups brought to you by the Montana Athletic Club. What's keeping you from getting fit? This kind of guest passes, personal training, Pilates, 850 Holt Drive in Bigfork, Montana, 837-2582. The Montana Athletic Club. Lots to offer there at the club. Lots of studios, Pilates, aerobics, yoga, spin, indoor, racquetball, squash, outdoor courts. Can't play that right now for tennis. And the MAC, the MISA functional training area that opened up as well. So looking forward to all that. And take a look at your starting lineups, brought to you by the Montana Athletic Club. First of all, for the Lady Bluehawks of Thompson Falls, a very talented team. The 2 sisters, Megan and Ellie Baxter. Well, and we'll look first forward, number 3, a 5'8" junior guide. That's Ellie Pardee, and then Ellie Baxter, the 5'9" sophomore guard, sister of Megan Baxter. Faith Fields at 5'5", a senior guard. Captain number 23, Jody Detloff, 5'10". She's a forward and a senior. And Megan Baxter at 6'1", forward, senior. Captain number 24. So 4 seniors left here on Thompson Falls for head coach Chad Law, assisted by Mike Benson and Sandra Kazmerzak for the Lady Bluehawks. For the Valkyries today, a little change in the lineup. As always, guard a 5'8" junior guard, number 11, Emma Barrett. The captain, Andre Benz, at 5'4", senior guard, number 14. At guard, also 5'9", sophomore, number 15, Madison Japies. At power forward, sophomore, 5'11", number 22, Scout Nadeau. And at small forward, starting, had a great game against Sioux Falls, 5'6" junior, number 21, Alexis Sari, for head coach Courtney Gunlock, assisted by Jasper Torres and Brandy Couture. Well, we're going to get ready for the national anthem and the tip-off here from Thompson Falls. And we'll stand and we'll listen to the anthem here momentarily. James LaFontaine, the voice of the Vikes, out with you. 406-270-7384. If you're one of my friends outside the country, add a +1 to that. And you can text me, tell me that you're listening out there, and I'll give you a shout-out to this ball game. So the anthem, the flag, and we'll stand and listen while the anthem is played. All right, anthem here in Thompson Falls. Get ready to tip off. It is the Lady Bluehawks and the Valkyries here. And they're announcing the starting lineups here in Thompson Falls. And we'll get ready to do tip-off. Tip-off today will be brought to you by the UPS store, including banners and posters, all your printing needs and shipping needs at 439 Grand Avenue, Bigfork, Montana, 837-2002. The UPS store. And Brad Stotts here, the folks, as they wrap up the starting lineups for the Valkyries. Now they'll introduce Thompson Falls here in Thompson Falls for the ball game. James LaFontaine, the voice of the Likes of the Vals, with you, and glad to be with you this afternoon. Thompson Falls already the 2 seed for divisionals, and the 3rd seed is going to be the Valkyries of Bigfork. And tonight's game coming up 7 o'clock on the Vikings and Bluehawks. That, folks, is going to be a heck of a ball game. That is going to be a battle for the 1st and 2nd seeds going into divisionals. So a heck of a ball game, 81-75 in Bigfork as Thompson Falls and Bigfork battled, and Thompson Falls able to win that one. So a chance for the Vikings to repay the Bluehawks in tonight's ball game. So we'll look forward to that as well. But Valkyrie action right now, and Coach Courtney Gunlock's got him motivated after that game on Thursday and the loss to Thompson Falls at home. And they have all their players tonight, so they're ready to go here from Thompson Falls, Montana. It'll be Japies tipping it off for the Valkyries. And going up against Jody Detloff. We're here ready to go here in Thompson Falls, Montana. It's the Valkyries and the Lady Bluehawks. And a tip off, and here we go. Valkyries heading right to left on your dial. Thompson Falls left to right. And the tip won by Thompson Falls. Quickly to Ellie Baxter, top of the key, guarded by Benz. And kicks it over. Pardee on the left wing. Kick it out to Baxter in the corner. Pardee, 3-point shot from, and rebounded by Barrett. Barrett picks it up. She's getting fouled right away and got tripped up by number 23, Jody Detloff, on the rebound. And Barrett hustling on that. And the first personal on Detloff, and first team, Japies. Back to Barrett. Barrett in the front court. Dribbles, loses it. Brought up by Baxter. Baxter feeds it to Fields. Fields on the drive. Left-handed shot off the backboard, and good for Thompson Falls, and an early 2-0 lead. Barrett quickly up the court, left side. And throw it cross court to Benz. A little bit high. Rolls out of bounds, and a turnover by the Valkyries early. As pressure put on, full court pressure by Thompson Falls, and they'll get it in the backcourt. Megan Baxter inbound to her sister, Ellie. Ellie Baxter looking, gives it over to Pardee, back to Baxter, top of the key. Ben's right there guarding her. Underneath the Jody Detloff, off the backboard, and scores 2. Pressure put into Chapies, back to Barrett, back to Chapies, Barrett, across the timeline, kicks it over to Benz. Benz right side. Underneath, gives it up to Chapies. Chapies on the drive, and she'll get called for the traveling violation. And 6:58 to go, 4-0. Thompson fouls up early on the Valkyries. And 2 quick turnovers by Bigfork. Into Baxter. Ellie Baxter drives right side. Right there is Alexis Sari to slow her down. Out top of the key. We'll throw it in. Megan Baxter gets it from Detloff. Misses the shot, and Barrett comes down with the rebound. Barrett looking to drive up the court. And off her foot out of bounds as Pardee puts pressure on her. And the 3rd turnover already by the Valkyries here early with 6:36 to go on the UPS Store scoreboard. Baxter. Megan, that is, inbounding to Ellie Baxter in the backcourt for Thompson Falls. Across the timeline goes Ellie Baxter. Faith Fields. Free throw line. Got it there. Throws it out of bounds. Save there by Ellie Baxter to Pardee. Pardee underneath to Megan Baxter. Megan Baxter throws it up. And personal foul called on Bigfork. On 22, Scout Nadeau. Yeah, that's her first personal on the Valkyries. At the line, shooting 2 for Thompson Falls, Megan Baxter. First shot up. Off the rim and no good. She'll get one more. 6:16 to go on the UPS Store scoreboard. 4-0. The Lady Bluehawks over the Valkyries. And Baxter to shoot one more. Shot up and good. And a 5-0 lead. Chapies gets it in to Barrett. Barrett in the backcourt, back to Chapies across the timeline. Chapies looking to drive. Underneath, keeps Scout Nadeau. Nadeau drives baseline, puts it up, misses it, gets her own rebound, puts it back up, and a little strong. And rebounded there by Detloff. Gives it over to Baxter. Ellie, that is. To the left wing to Faith Fields underneath the Detloff. Detloff misses the shot. And a push on the rebound by number 4, Ellie Baxter. That is her first personal, 2nd team foul. And it'll be Bigfork basketball. Inbounded to Barrett from Chapies. In the backcourt as Thompson Falls puts on a full court press. Over to Audrey Benz. Benz looking to drive to the right side. And gives it up Chapies, top of the key. Barrett, 3-point shot from the left wing. Off the rim, no good. Gets her own rebound. Takes it up strong off the backboard. Misses it. Rebounded by Pardee. Pardee gives it over to Fields. Fields on the left wing. Top of the key to Detloff. Underneath to Megan Baxter. Bakes her off the backboard. Rebounded by Sari. Sari will get it up to Chapies. Chapies up to Barrett. Barrett quickly in the front court looking to drive. Around Baxter. Misses the layup. Dives for the rebound. Gets it. Throws it out to Sari on the left side. And drains it for 3. Alexis Sari. And the Valkyries on the board. 5-3 on your Bigfork Harvest Food scoreboard. The Valkyries trail by 2. Baxter will give it over Fields. Fields on the right wing. Looking to drive. Right there. And they're going to call a traveling violation on Fields. And a turnover to Bigfork. And number 12, Riley Wilson, enters the ball game for Thompson Falls. 4:58 to go here in quarter number 1. A 5-3 Thompson Falls lead on the Bigfork Harvest Food scoreboard. Benz across the timeline for the Valkyries. Looking underneath. Corner. Sari shoots up the 3-point from the right wing. Misses it. Barrett right there with the rebound. Barrett looking to go up off the backboard. And a traveling violation on Emma Barrett. And turnover to Thompson Falls. Into Baxter. Baxter will dribble across the timeline. Ellie, that is. Drives to the right wing. Back. Top of the key to Pardee. Pardee underneath. Pass a little high for Baxter. Megan. And Barrett comes up with a loose ball. Across the timeline is Barrett. Gives it over Sari. 3-point shot from the left wing. Off the rim, no good. But Ben's right there. Fighting for it. Grabs the rebound. And he's going to set it up. Gives it over to Chapies. Back to Barrett. Barrett on the baseline. And she'll get fouled from behind. And that could be number 2 on, yes it is, on Jody Detloff. That's her 2nd personal and 3rd team foul. And number 11, Katie Alexander into the ball game for Thompson Falls. Bigfork ball underneath. Benz will inbound for the Valkyries. Looking for, gives it to Scout Nadeau, can't quite handle it, and Benz will come up with a loose ball from out of bounds. And looking to drive is Audrey Benz, puts it up off the backboard, no good, miss it, gets her own rebound, kicks it out. Barrett looking to drive, puts it up off the backboard, no good, battling for the rebound, and run down in the corner by Japies. Japies in the right corner, looking, and gives it out to Benz. Benz underneath. Out the right, left wing, Scout Nadeau throws it up. She gets fouled as she crosses the middle of the key. And the foul's at number 11, Katie Alexander, her first 14th foul. That'll put Scout Nadeau at the line to shoot 2 with 3:46 to go here in quarter number 1. And the Valkyries trailing by 2, 5-3. First shot up the rim, no good. She'll get one more. Second shot off the rim, no good. Rebounded there by Baxter, and they'll call a personal on 15. Madison Japies, her second team foul, as they're battling for the loose ball. And Baxter, Ellie, with the basketball. Oh, Barrett nearly picked it off. She looked like a safety on the football field. Coming from behind to pick off the pass, just misses it out of bounds to Thompson Falls. And Baxter will inbound. Gives it up to Megan Baxter, back to Ellie Baxter. Guarded there by Benz, man-to-man defense by the Valkyries. Gets it into Megan, top of the key, Japies right there. Megan shoots it off the rim, no good. On the floor, Megan will come up with a loose ball. Drives it up, and they call a foul. Whistle blown on Bigfork. Number 14, Audrey Benz, her third team foul. And Megan Baxter to the line, shooting 2 for Thompson Falls. First shot is up and good, and she'll get one more with 3:19 to go here in quarter number 1. And Lady Bluehawks up 6-3, doubling up the Valkyries. Second shot up and good, 7-3 ball game. On your Montana Athletic Club scoreboard. Inbound Benz. Pressure put on by Thompson Falls. Benz looking to drive. Middle finds Japies underneath. Sorry goes up. Drives to the basket. Gets her own rebound. Puts it back up. And off the rim and no good. And she'll get one more. And that foul's on number 11. That's Katie Alexander. Her second 15 foul. And Sorry to the line to shoot 2. Off the left side, no good on the first free throw, and Alexis will get one more for the Valkyries with 3:07 to go here in quarter number 1. Sorry, second shot up around the rim, misses it, and Baxter comes up with it on the floor and out of bounds. Looked like that was off number 3, Pardee, but they give it to Thompson Falls as it goes out of bounds. And Megan Baxter with the basketball, guarded by Japies, top of the key, gives it over to Riley Wilson, loses it as Scout Nadeau comes up with a loose ball, bends quickly across the timeline. She's going to give it to baseline to Barrett, gets blocked by Megan Baxter, quickly out to Wilson. Wilson looking to drive and makes the layup. Goes Riley Wilson. And a 9-3 Thompson Falls lead with 2:30 to go here in the first half. Over to Barrett. Barrett looking. Far corner. Alexis Sorry underneath Scout Nadeau. Off the backboard. Good. A nice pass from Barrett to Sorry to Nadeau. And the Valkyries score 2. Riley Wilson left wing. Feeds it underneath to Megan Baxter. Megan Baxter off the backboard. No good. Strong Scout Nadeau with a strong rebound for the Valkyries. She'll give it up to Japies. Japies up the right side in the front court. We'll give it up to Benz. Benz, top of the key for Bigfork. Feeds it. A little strong for Scout. She can't handle the pass at the top of the key. And turnover to Thompson Falls. Baxter with the basketball. In the corner to Pardee. Pardee driving, left wing. All the way to the basket, off the rim, and no good. Rebounded there by Beth. And they'll call a held ball. And the arrow points towards a Bigfork. As number 24, Callie Gambala, and number 30, Callie Martins, come in the ball game for Bigfork. And returning for Thompson Falls, number 20, Faith Fields. Inbound to Barrett, 1:45 to go on the clock here in the first quarter, Across the Japies, back to Barrett. Barrett looking to drive. Up, free throw line, launches a shot. Up and good by Emma Barrett from just inside the free throw line. And the Valkyries within 2 at 9-7 on the UPS Store scoreboard. Baxter looking back toward Pardee, knocked away, stolen away by Japies, and she'll run it down across the timeline quickly as Madison. Madison will give it to Benz. Benz left wing, feeds it to Callie Gambala. Gambala underneath, real strong for Martins, and Callie Martins can't handle it, so Callie to Callie connection, misconnects, and a turnover by Bigfork and Thompson Falls basketball. 1:10 and counting here in the first quarter. 2-point ball game, 9-7 on the UPS Store scoreboard. Thompson Falls leads. Fields, they'll give it up to Pardee. Pardee, top of the key, looking underneath. We'll give it up to Baxter. Ellie Baxter, top of the key, looking to Megan Baxter. Megan Baxter guarded there by Japies. Over the left wing to Wilson. Wilson looking to find Baxter underneath. We'll give it up to Pardee. Pardee, top of the key, guarded by Gambala. Right wing to Fields, guarded by Martins. And shook it up to Baxter. Back door to Pardee. And Pardee scores. And 35 seconds to go. Emma Barrett across the timeline for Bigfork. We'll give it over to Benz. Benz finds Gambala, but Gambala tries to feed underneath to Martins. And ball's on the floor. And picked up there by Ellie Baxter. She'll give it over to Fields. Fields on the left wing, guarded by Callie Martins. And Fields looking to drive, gets underneath Megan Baxter. Off the backboard, no good. Rebounded by Baxter. And put back up by Megan Baxter. So the first shot missed by Ellie, rebounded by Jody, but Megan puts it up and scores. Gambala quickly up the court, can't get a shot off. 1 quarter complete on UPS Store scoreboard. It is the Thompson Falls Lady Bluehawks 13 and the Bigfork Valkyries 7. I'll be back with quarter number 2 here from Thompson Falls, Montana. James LaFontaine, the voice of the Vikes and the Vows, with you at 406-270-7384. If you're one of my friends overseas, add a +1. Text me, let me know you're listening out there. I'll give you a shout out here on the broadcast. We'll be back momentarily with quarter number 2. All right, welcome back to Thompson Falls, quarter number 2. It'll be Thompson Falls possession to start the second quarter here. And the Valkyries trailing by 6, got it within 2. And quarter number 2 brought to you by Bigfork Harvest Foods. Baxter with the basketball. Along with Wilson, Detloff, Megan Baxter, and Fields underneath. And a foul on the floor. It'll be on Audrey Benz, her second. And 14th foul on the Valkyries. So sorry, Beth, Scout Nadeau, Benz, and Japies, the starters, back in for Bigfork. Megan Baxter puts it up, off the rim, no good. Right there is Beth. Battles with it, but Baxter, the taller one, gets a rebound, puts it back up and in for 2 for Thompson Falls, 15-7 on your Harvest Food scoreboard. The Valkyries trail here by 8 with 7:25 to go. Beth over to Sorry. Sorry back to Benz. Benz top of the key. Benz gives it over to Beth. Beth launches a 3-point shot. Drains it from outside by about 2 feet. At the top of the key by Beth. And a key bucket for Bigfork. Pull within 5 at 15-10. Fields looking to drive. Gives it up to Megan Baxter. Megan Baxter looking for Detloff underneath. Back door gonna fit. Ellie Baxter misses the layup. Sorry, right there. Can't get the rebound, and Thompson Falls will throw it away. And Callie Martins will go replace Audrey Benz, who has 2 personals. 6:53 to go to halftime, 15-10. Your Montana Athletic Club scoreboard. The Valkyries trail by 5, and Barrett to the basketball. So across the timeline for Bigfork, goes underneath the Sorry. Sorry looking baseline, puts it up, misses it. Martins grabs the rebound, puts it up, gets her own rebound, puts it back in. Is Callie Martins for 2, and the Valkyries within 3 at 15-12. Baxter, Wilson, right wing. Give it underneath and wide open. Megan Baxter misses the layup, but gets her own rebound, puts it up for and misses it, but go to the free throw line. That's a second personal on Madison Japies, 15th foul on the Valkyries. And Megan Baxter at the line shooting 2. Her shot is up and good, and she'll get one more, and Ellie Pardee will come in and replace Ellie Baxter for Thompson Falls. Megan shooting one more, puts it up, and good for a 17-12 lead on the Montana Athletic Club scoreboard. Valkyries down by 5. Japies, right wing, looking to drive in the corner. Kicks it out, gives it to Martins. Martins shot off and rebounded there by Detloff. Detloff trapped, throws it way up. Fields in the front court will grab it and gives it over to Megan Baxter. Back doors Wilson. Wilson kind of lost it. Hannah misses it, and Scout Nadeau comes up with the rebound. We'll give it up to Barrett. Barrett in the backcourt. Looking in the corner, Sorry. Back out to Barrett. Barrett, long three-point shot. Drains it. About 5 feet behind the three-point line from downtown is Emma Beth. And pulls the Valkyries within 2 at 17-15 on the UPS Store scoreboard. 5:35 to go. Faith Fields, three-point shot, makes it from the left wing. And quickly in, Bigfork gets it to Japies, back to Barrett. Back to Japies, Japies across the timeline, looking underneath, Scout Nadeau, top of the key. Nadeau looking to drive, off the backboard, misses it, and Megan Baxter comes up with the rebound. Quickly to Pardee, up the court. Faith Fields, left wing, underneath to Detloff. Detloff off the backboard, and good. Into Beth with Japies, back to Beth, and timeout taken by Bigfork. 5:05 to go on the UPS scoreboard, and the Valkyries trail 22-15 here in quarter number 2 before halftime. And I'll be back with more of the second quarter here from Thompson Falls, Montana, as the Valkyries trail by 7, 22-15. Well, welcome back to Thompson Falls, quarter number 2. Valkyries trailing by 7 as Thompson Falls moving the basketball well and scoring. And up by 7, 22-15 on the UPS Store scoreboard. 5 minutes to go here till halftime. Barrett gives it up to Japies. Japies, left side. We'll bring it out to the top of the key. Back to Barrett, wide open, three-point shot. That one's going to be off the backboard. Barrett scores another 3. That's her 3rd. And pulls the Valkyries within 4. Pardee, three-point shot. Time to return the favor. Megan Baxter gets the rebound and puts it up off the backboard. Quickly to Barrett. Barrett looking. Finds Sorry. Sorry left wing. Barrett top of the key. Thought about the 3. Doesn't shoot it. Gives it over to Callie Martins baseline. Martins goes. Kicks it out to Scout Nadeau. Nadeau's three-point shot on the way. Off the rim. No good. And on the ground. And kick ball. And by Bigfork as Barrett battles there with Faith Fields. And it'll be Thompson Falls basketball on the kick ball and up by 6, 24-18. Baxter quickly up to Fields. Guarded by Scout Nadeau. Fields on the drive. Gives it up to Megan Baxter. Baxter puts it up. Misses it. Pardee comes up with a rebound. Quickly out Baxter, Ellie that is, 3-point shot up and on the way and scores it from the top of the key. 4 minutes to go. Action back and forth. There, top of the key, gives it over to Japies. Japies looking underneath, Scout they do. Off the backboard, no good. And rebounded by Megan Baxter. Martins. And a held ball. It'll be Thompson Falls possession this time. Or check that, Bigfork. My bad. Benz will come back in for Bigfork. And returning number 12, Riley Wilson for Thompson Falls. Seems like the Valkyries get a run, and then Thompson Falls makes a little run right back. Scout and Adu, left wing, gives it up to Benz. Benz will give it up. Barrett looking to drive baseline. And she steps on the M line out of bounds. And turnover to Thompson Falls as the Valkyries trail by 9, 27-18. 3:43 to go here in the halftime. Quickly up. Wilson tries it underneath. And Nadu, using her soccer skills, kicks it away. Out of bounds to Thompson Falls. Ellie Baxter to inbound for the Lady Bluehawks. Quickly out to Alexander underneath to Baxter. A nice set play as Baxter rolls to the basket and scores 2. Bands of the basketball across the timeline. They'll give it up to Barrett. Barrett looking. Back to Benz, top of the key. Gonna kick it. 3-point shot from the top of the key by Barrett. Off the rim and no good. Rebounded there by Baxter. Ellie, that is. Quickly up. She'll give it to Alexander. Underneath is Pardee. Pardee picks it up. Off the rim, no good. Barrett right there, but Benz will come up with the rebound. And Andre quickly up the court. Pulls it up. Pulls it out. Gives it to Nadu. 3-point shot by Nadu. Drains it from the top of the key. Scout Nadu for 3. And a 29-21 ball game on your Bigfork Harvest Food scoreboard. Alexander tipped to Pardee, stolen away by Japies, and Alexander has it, and timeout taken by Thompson Falls with 2:39 to go here in quarter number 2, and leading by 8, 29-21 on your Bigfork Harvest Food scoreboard here in Thompson Falls, Montana. Be back with more of this first half here in Thompson Falls. All right, welcome back to Thompson Falls. And the Valkyries trail by 8, 29-21, 2:39 to go till halftime on the Bigfork Harvest Food scoreboard. It'll be Thompson Falls basketball on the far side in the near court, and Baxter, Ellie will inbound. She'll give it to Detloff. Detloff guarded by Callie Gambala. Back of the ball game for Bigfork. Feeds Megan Baxter, knocked away, and right to Wilson. Wilson misses it, and Barrett jumps but can't quite come up with a loose ball on the rebound and out of bounds. It'll be Thompson Falls basketball. Into Detloff. It's taken away by Japies on the steal, as was intended for Detloff. And Japies will cross the timeline in the front court. She'll give it up to Barrett. Barrett looking. Driving. Gives it over. Sorry in the left corner. Gives it out to Benz. Benz underneath. Finds Callie Gambala underneath. And Gambala can't quite handle the pass. She had great position in the post and would have had an opportunity to score there, but turnover to Thompson Falls. Detloff for the basketball. She gives it back to Baxter in the backcourt, crosses the timeline, does Ellie. Underneath finds Pardee out the backboard and scores it for Thompson Falls. Quickly in from Japies to Barrett. Barrett, top of the key, trailing by 10 on the Valkyries. Japies looks back door, finds Gambala this time off the backboard, misses it, and Megan Baxter, and the foul will be on 24. Callie Gambala, her first, and 16 fouls. Nadeau returns for Bigfork. Alexander and Fields return for Thompson Falls. 1:45 to go, 31-21 on your Montana Athletic Club scoreboard. The Valkyries trail by 10 here in quarter number 2. Baxter. Fields sets the screen. Baxter goes around. Nice job by Benz. Knocked away by Nadeau. Intended for Alexander underneath. And Nadeau right there knocking it away and out of bounds. It'll be Thompson Falls basketball. Out to Alexander on the inbound. Scout Nadeau playing defense right there. And Pardee gets in the corner. Faith Fields, left corner. And out to Baxter. 1:21 to go here in the first half. Over to Pardee, right wing. Pardee looking to drive. Pardee up and under. And right there is Beth. And Japies will run down the loose ball. And the rebound by Madison Japies. Japies looking crossover, looking to drive. Drives it, kicks in the corner. Sorry. Out to Benz. Ben finds Barrett. Barrett, 3-point shot and away is good from just off the top of the key. And Beth with 4 3-pointers, I believe. We'll check that at halftime. Pulls the Valkyries within 7. Under a minute to go. Baxter, Pardee, right wing. Pardee looking to drive again. Backdoor feeds Alexander, and Beth right there to come up with a loose ball for Bigfork as Nadeau clogged the passing lane. Beth looking, finds Benz. Gonna find Scout Nadeau. Nadeau shoots it up off the rim and no good, but runs down her own loose ball. Gives it up to Beth. Beth on the drive, off the backboard, misses it, no good. And Baxter will come up the rebound with Thompson Falls. Quickly, Ellie Baxter will give it to Pardee. Pardee back to Baxter. Wide open for a 3 is Ellie Baxter. She drains it. And lead by 10. 8 seconds to go. Barrett to the basketball. Benz looking. Gotta get a shot up. Sorry. And got to be aware of the clock. The Valkyries there had a chance to get one shot left. Last minute shot before the half. And your halftime scoreboard, UPS Store scoreboard, is Thompson Falls, Lady Bluehawks 34, your Bigfork Valkyries 24. I'll be back with halftime stats and talk about what happened here in the first half here from Thompson Falls, Montana. This is James LaFontaine, the voice of the Vikes and the Vals here from Thompson Falls. I'll be back with your halftime stats. 406-270-7384 at a +1 if you're one of my friends from overseas. Text me, let me know you're listening to the ball game here in Thompson Falls. Be right back with you. All right, folks, welcome back to Thompson Falls, Montana. This is James LaFontaine, the voice of the Vikes and the Vows, with you in halftime, brought to you by the Montana Athletic Club. What's keeping you from getting fit? Discounted guest passes, personal training, Pilates, 850 Hope Drive, Bigfork, Montana. Lots of things at the Montana Athletic Club. Take a look at your scoreboard. First of all, for Thompson Falls, here. And let me bring those stats up here momentarily. Kind of fun on the phone doing that. Pardue with 4. Ellie Baxter with 2 big threes in the second class. She has 6. 2 for Wilson, 5 for Fields, including a three-pointer. Detloff with 5. But leading the way is Megan Baxter underneath. 8 in the second quarter and 5 in the first, so 13 total for Thompson Falls. 34 overall here at halftime for the Lady Bluehawks. And for the Valkyries. Oh, I went the wrong way on my dial here. Let me bring up those stats here. That's a little bit better. Emma Barrett with 4 threes in the second quarter alone, with 12 and 14 overall, leading the Valkyries. Alexis Sy with a big 3. Scout Nadeau with a big 3 as well. So 6 threes by Bigfork already. Barrett leading the way with 14 points. Alexis Sy with 3, over 2 from the line. Nadeau with 5, over 2 from the line. And 2 points by Callie Martins. So the scoring for Bigfork, 7 in the first, 17 in the second, 24 overall here at halftime from Thompson Falls, Montana. 406-270-7384. Text me and let me know that you're listening out there. Valkyrie basketball. We'll have the Vikings on later on tonight. About 7 o'clock is tip-off. And we're just a little bit behind. Pre-game 15 minutes prior to about 6:45, 7. We should get pre-game on. And that is a battle for first place tonight between the Bluehawks and the Vikings. Well, halftime score. On the Montana Athletic Club scoreboard, the Valkyries trail by 10, 34-24. I'll be back with more of the second half here from Thompson Falls, Montana. All right, welcome back to Thompson Falls, Montana. Halftime, get ready for second half tip-off, brought to you by Bigfork Harvest Foods. And the folks at Bigfork Harvest Foods, Marcus Pagos, and the gang. 34-24 at halftime. Lady Bluehawks lead the Valkyries. And we've got a 3-point shooting contest there for a while. Thompson Falls basketball to start the second half. Same starters for Bigfork. It'll be Benz, Japies, Alexis, that is, Nadu, and Barrett. The Baxter girls for Thompson Falls, Megan and Ellie, Jody Detloff, Pardee, and Faith Fields. And inbound, Baxter feeds Baxter underneath the Detloff off the backboard and scores. And a nice play there by Thompson Falls. They score really up by 12 now. Barrett for basketball. We'll give it over to Japies. Japies gets top of the key. Nadu, backdoor to Barrett. Barrett out to three-point shot off the rim and no good. And rebounded there by Pardee. She'll give it up to Ellie Baxter. Baxter across the timeline for Thompson Falls. Guarded by Benz. Bigfork in a man-to-man defense. Megan Baxter guarded by Japies. Kicks it out to Faith Fields. Three-point shot by Fields on the way from the left wing is good by Fields, the senior. She'll get into Benz. Benz quickly across the timeline. Valkyries haven't scored here. Benz. Back to Benz. Over to Barrett. Long three-point by Barrett. Rebounded there by Nadu. Nadu will take it up and off. Gets her own rebound. Puts it back up. This time rolls around off and no good. And Megan Baxter with a rebound for Thompson Falls. So Nadu had a couple shots at the basket. Couldn't quite put it in. Pardee quickly up and Barrett was not going to allow her to get a layup there. A little late, and 2 shots as Emma Barrett picks up her first team foul, and Pardee will go to the line. Ellie Pardee to shoot 2 for Thompson Falls. So Thompson Falls with 5 quick points here in the second half, and Bigfork yet to score, and Pardee at the line to shoot 2. First shot up, rolls around the rim and falls off the left side, no good, and Pardee will get one more. 6:44 to go here in the third quarter, and Pardee with the basketball. At the free throw line, the lefty. Dribbles left-handed, shoots right-hand off the rim, no good. And Pardee traveling as she gets in there and grabs it, but travels before she puts up the shot. Turnover to Bigfork. So Benz will get it from Japies. Across the timeline is Audrey Benz. Quickly, Barrett, right wing. Over to left wing. Benz, top of the key, will give it to Japies. Japies looking, drive up and under. Nice drive by Japies. Blocked out of bounds by Megan Baxter. And Bigfork basketball. And Benz will inbound for the Valkyries. Set runs the play. Finds Japies. Japies looking to drive. Up and under, off the backboard. And Japies scores over Ellie Baxter. And the Valkyries' first 2 points here in the second half with 6:25 to go and counting down. Ellie Baxter will give it up over to Ellie Pardee. Drives around, top of the key. Detloff feeds Megan Baxter underneath. The lefty scores off the backboard for Thompson Falls. Quickly, Barrett, top of the key, will give it up to Benz. And timeout taken by Thompson Falls. And with 5:57 to go, just under 6 minutes to go in the third quarter. And the Valkyries now down by 15 as they've only scored 2 here and given up 7. Now outscored 7-2 here in the third quarter so far. So Bigfork need to get it going, play some defense, step it up. Looks like Thompson Falls getting some easy buckets underneath a very talented and tall team. And Bigfork struggling with that just a little bit here. So 41-26 on the Montana Athletic Club scoreboard. The Lady Bluehawks lead the Valkyries. So the starting 5 still out there for Bigfork. They're taking the timeout. They'll get the ball here. They're hitting left to right on your dial. And Barrett will inbound in the near court on the near side in the front court. And she'll get it into Benz. Benz top of the key. Ready to dribble, set it up for the Valkyries. The dribble left side. She gives it up to Barrett. Barrett looking to drive, looking underneath. Back to Benz. Benz looking. And Scout they do. A 3-point shot for right wing. No good, but Japies, gets it off her foot right to Barrett. Barrett looking at East, finds Japies. Japies looking to drive off the backboard. Oh, just misses it. And rebounded by Ellie Baxter, but a good shot by Japies. Quickly down to Pardee. Pardee scores it for Thompson Falls. And here comes Benz. Benz with the basketball, guarded by backdoor. She tries to feed Scout Nadeau, and taken away by Megan Baxter. Feeds it ahead to Detloff, a little bit long. And Quinn Nissen will come in for Nadeau. Understand it's a third game for the Valkyries this week, so maybe just a bit tired. Benz with the basketball for Bigfork. Down by 17, 43-26. Over to Beth. Beth, right wing. Feeds it over to Sari on the left wing. Back out to Benz. Underneath, Quinn Nissen can't handle the pass. And Ellie Pardee comes up, or Ellie Baxter comes up with it. Feeds it up to Pardee. Pardee thought about shooting the three from the wing. Almost loses it. And Ellie Baxter backdoor to Faith Fields. Fields underneath. Dribbles out. Baseline, turns around and shoots a short jumper and scores it for two. Into Japies, back to Barrett. Thought about shooting a long three. Gonna get up to Japies. Japies looking back door. Finds Sorry up off the back door, no good. And Fields will get whistled for the foul for Thompson Falls. And Alexis Sorry to the line to shoot two. That'll be the first on Fields, the first team foul on Thompson Falls. And Alexander and Wilson will come in the ball game for Thompson Falls. Alexis Smart misses her. Nissen gets the rebound. Sorry, misses it. Barrett to the basketball. Give it out to Benz. Japies, right elbow, misses it off the backboard and rebounded by Thompson Falls. Quickly finds Alexander. Alexander can't handle it and out of bounds. And Callie Martins will come in for Alexis Sorry. So Bigfork basketball, 4:15 to go here in the third quarter, trailing by 19, 45-26 on your Harvest Food scoreboard. Barrett looking, drive, jumper, off the rim and no good, rebounded by Wilson. Riley Wilson quickly up left side. Oh, traveling, they missed that one. And Detloff gets it, throws it up, and run down there by Callie Martins for Bigfork. And she'll dribble up across the left side, looking to drive. As Callie gets it out to Japies. Japies back to Martins. Martins out the backboard, and good by Callie Martins. Way to use the backboard by Callie. And scores the two. Baxter, Wilson, right wing. Wilson looking to drive. Tries to feed. Detloff back door. Off the bucket and good. And she gets fouled. They score the two, and she gets rid of the free throw line. Fouls on Nissen. Her first team foul on Bigfork. They got the team fouls up there incorrect. Should be one apiece. As Callie Gambala come back to the ballgame for Bigfork. Violation. So no good. And Pardee comes in for Detloff. 47-28. 3:31 to go on the UPS Store scoreboard. The Valkyries trail by 19. Benz will give it over to Barrett. Barrett on the right wing. Thought about the three. Gives it out to Benz. Benz drives. Gives it up to Callie Martins. Left wing. Now Nadeau takes it up and scores it. This is inside the free throw line by halfway by Scout Nadeau, and she scores two. We'll give it up quickly. Alexander underneath to Megan Baxter. Shoots it up, misses it, gets her own rebound. And they'll whistle Bigfork with the foul on Emma Barrett as they're battling for the loose ball. With 3:01 to go here in quarter number 3. And the Valkyries trailing by 17, 47-30. Into Baxter, taken away Barrett. Up the left side, looking to drive on Alexander. Knocked away, but right there is Barrett. Barrett comes up with it, dribbles, gets up, puts it off the backboard, rolls it in. as Barrett smartly dribbles as she stands up and puts it off the backboard to score 2 for the Valkyries. Pardee quickly up, blocked by Nadu. Nadu out, gives it up to Martins. Martins, hesitation, fake, goes up, puts it off the backboard, and scores 2. So Valkyries picking it up here in quarter number 3. Martins guarding Baxter. Baxter finds Alexander wide open underneath. Nobody there to guard her, and she'll score the 2. And timeout taken by Bigfork. With 2:21 to go here in quarter number 3, 49-34 on your Bigfork Harvest Food scoreboard. I'll be back with more of the third quarter. All right, welcome back to Thompson Falls, 49-34. Thompson Falls leads the Valkyries on the UPS Storage scoreboard. Bigfork with the basketball as Japies will inbound to Benz. Benz, top of the key, gives it to Scout Nadu. Out to Beth. Beth wanting to shoot that 3 over to Japies. Left wing, tries to feed. Martins underneath, knocked away by Thompson Falls, out of bounds. It'll be Bigfork basketball underneath. On the far side, Benz will inbound for the Valkyries. Gives it to Beth. Beth, 3-point long, 3-point shot on the way, misses it, out of bounds, and knocked away there by Ellie Baxter by Thompson Falls. It'll be Bigfork basketball. Nadu to inbound, gets it into Japies. In the corner, stolen away by Wilson. She tried to feed Benz. Wilson gives it to Baxter. Knocked away by Beth. Beth tries to save it, steps on the inline. Good hustle by Emma Beth. It'll be Thompson Falls basketball under their own basket in the far corner. Baxter inbound to Detloff. Left wing, guarded by Scout Nadu. All the way over Pardee. 3-point shot on the way. Off the rim, no good. Benz gets the rebound for Bigfork. And quickly up. 1:45 and counting here in the third quarter. Gives it up, Japies. Japies looking to drive. They're going to call a player control foul on number 15, Madison Japies. It looked like a block to me. And that's her third personal, 14th foul on Bigfork. And Thompson Falls with the basketball. Megan Baxter. Backcourt feeds it long. Nadu right there to intercept. Gives it over to Japies. Quickly up to Benz. Benz will go to the right side, right wing. Going to give it up to Callie Martins. Martins looking to drive. Back out Nadu. Nadu up and under. Nadu blocked there by Baxter. Barrett right there battling for the loose ball. Gets on the ground and Pardee comes up with it. We'll give it up to Megan Baxter for Thompson Falls. Across the timeline. Martins right there. Underneath. Nadu with another steal as it meant for Wilson. We'll give it up to Benz for Bigfork. Benz across the timeline. Gives it up. Nadu, free throw line. Give it over. Japies, 3-point shot for the right wing. Off the rim, no good. Rebounded it. Oh! Japies gets the loose ball, feeds up Martins. Martins at the backboard, and good by Callie Martins for the Valkyries. 49-36 on the Bigfork Harvest Food scoreboard. Valkyries within 13. Megan Baxter gives it over to Detloff in the corner to Wilson. Wilson looking underneath, knocked away by Benz. And the Valkyries really stepping up their defense here in the third quarter. Alexis Sai will come in for Emma Beth and give Emma Beth a little bit of a rest, a little bit of a blow. She's been going the whole ball game. I don't think she's been out yet. First time. Megan Baxter, baseline, puts it up. And a tough shot guarded there by Japies and makes it for 2. 22 seconds, so the Valkyries is going to get one shot here at the end of the third quarter. Martins looking, drives baseline, puts it up, and drains it. Baseline jumper by Callie Martins. So Martins coming off the bench and playing some good basketball for the Valkyries. Pardee looking to drive. Blocked there by Nadeau. And out of bounds. Sorry gets it. Looking quickly. That's the end of the third quarter, as Sorry can't get it out. 3 quarters complete on your Montana Athletic Club scoreboard, 51-38. So the Valkyries were back within 13. And outscored 17-14 there in the third quarter, and trail by 13 now, 51-38 here in Thompson Falls. I'll be back with quarter number 4 here from Thompson Falls, Montana. All right, welcome back. Thompson Falls, Montana. Valkyrie basketball will start the fourth quarter. Japies inbound to Benz, and Martins, Nadeau, and Sari for Valkyries. Benz will give it up to Alexis Sari in the corner. Scout Nadeau looking underneath to Martins. Nadeau thinking about three-point shot. Feeds Japies as she crosses the lane, and Madison can't quite hang on to that. Quickly up is Baxter, feeds Detloff. Detloff shoots a three-point shot, misses it, out of bounds, off an AU, and it'll be Thompson Falls basketball. Emma Barrett returning to the lineup will give Benz a breather for Bigfork. D falls into Detloff from Baxter. Out to Megan Baxter on the left wing. Megan will give it up, or try to give it up. Good defense there by Sari. Detloff denying Ellie Baxter. Jody Detloff underneath to Megan. Knocked away by Bigfork's Martins. And out of bounds. It'll remain Thompson Falls basketball. So the Valkyries playing good defense underneath. These two could face each other again in divisionals. So Faith Fritz with the basket. Looking to drive. Alexander, Detloff, and Baxter, Megan, and Ellie in the ball game for Thompson Falls. Left wing, Alexander looking to drive. Gives it up, Jody Detloff underneath to Megan. Megan, left-hander, goes up and off the backboard and good. Quickly into Barrett. Under 7 minutes to go in the ball game. And Barrett looking, fakes a three-point shot from the top of the key. Stolen away by Baxter. Japies gets it. Here goes Barrett on the drive, and she's going to go to the free throw line as Megan Baxter fouls her. And that'll be her first. Second team foul. Barrett to the line to shoot 2 for the Valkyries. 53-38 on UPS Store scoreboard. Barrett up, rims in and out, and no good. She'll get one more. Here goes Barrett. Another free throw. Up. Rims out, in and out. Chapey is battling for it. And Thompson Falls basketball. 6:45 to go in the ball game. Valkyries trailing by 15, 53-38 on the UPS Store scoreboard. Baxter to backcourt, guarded by Sari. Gets across the timeline. In the corner to Alexander, driving baseline. And Martins right there. And she'll get called for the personal. 15 foul. And Callie's first. And to the line shooting 2 for Thompson Falls. Katie Alexander. First shot up. Off the rim and no good. She'll get one more with 6:31 to go here in the ball game. Shot up. This time is good by Alexander. 54-38, 6:31 to go on your Bigfork Harvest Food scoreboard. Barrett to the basketball, across the timeline. Looking, finds Nadeau. Nadeau looking to drive. Up, puts it up. Scout Nadeau, rims out. Sorry right there, the rebound off the backboard, and no good. No foul called there. Detloff comes up with the rebound. Alexander back to Detloff in the backcourt. Over to Baxter. Ellie Baxter. Across the timeline. Throws it underneath all the way to Alexander, and she's going to get fouled. A long pass by Japies. That, I believe, will be her 4th. And 16 foul. And Benz will come back in to replace Martins, who did a nice job, Callie, in the ballgame. Quickly to Faith Fields. Fields with the basketball. Top of the key. Going to give it to Megan Baxter on the right wing, Over to Ellie Baxter, her sister. In the corner. Nearly taken away. Alexander goes up and under and scores it as Barrett tries to steal it. Quickly into Benz. Benz with the basketball. Top of the key. Looking underneath. And Bigfork will take a timeout with 5:39 to go here in the ball game. And the Valkyries trailing 56-38 on your Montana Athletic Club scoreboard. Be back with more of the ball game here from Thompson Falls, Montana. Well, once again, welcome back. Thompson Falls, Montana. Trailing by 18 now, here with 5:39 to go. And Bigfork basketball. In the front court is Barrett. Barrett gives it over to Sari. Sari on the left side. We'll give it up to Benz, top of the key. Benz looking, finds Sari. Trying to set him up for the three-point shot. Benz looking to drive, kicks it out to Barrett. Barrett looking to drive. Pulls up inside the free throw line and drains it for 2 by Emma Barrett. And Thompson Falls. Baxter to Baxter. Megan with the basketball. Guarded by Benz. Out to Ellie. Ellie Baxter. Barrett right there. Takes it away. There's Audrey Benz. Going to drive all the way. Off the backboard, left-handed and good. Scores 2. So Benz with a nice defense and gets the steal and the bucket for the Valkyries. 56-42. 5 minutes to go exactly. Megan Baxter looking. Across the timeline, gives it up to Ellie Baxter. Ellie Baxter looking underneath. Bigfork putting on some pressure. Sorry, and Ben's trying to trap her. Alexander with the basketball, left wing. Looking to drive, Scout Nadeau right there. And she's going to travel. Takes the steps and a turnover by Thompson Falls. It'll be Bigfork basketball. Pardee and Wilson back in for Thompson Falls. 4:42 to go on the UPS Store scoreboard. 56-42. So the Valkyries with 4 quick points. Looking to put it up 6 as they're within 14 now. Put some pressure on Thompson Falls. Japies looking, go back door. Top of the key, Barrett. Long three-point by Barrett. Drains it 5 feet behind the arc at the top of the key, and Barrett with her 5th three-pointer in the ball game. Megan Baxter gives it up to Wilson. Corner. Pardee, back to Megan Baxter, and Baxter will take steps and travel. So now the Valkyries within 11 at 4:13 to get the basketball back. So 7 quick points by Bigfork. Benz with the basketball. Crosses the timeline for Bigfork. Corner, sorry, on the left wing, over to Japies. Japies looking, Scout Nadeau, spin move. Up, blocked there by Baxter. Megan gives it to Jody Detloff. She saves it quickly up to Pardee from Wilson. Pardee off the backboard, misses it, and Barrett to the rebound for Bigfork. Under 4 minutes to go. Barrett across the timeline for the Valkyries. Give it up, Japies looking to drive. And that'll be number 5 on Japies. And Martins will come back for the Valkyries, replacing Madison Japies, as Japies drove the middle, and that's 2 of them they called against her. 1, I believe, it should have been a blocking foul. Quickly, Ellie Baxter over to Wilson. Wilson the corner to Dufflove. And she jumps up and travels, does Jody Detloff. 3:33 to go on the Bigfork Harvest Food scoreboard. The Valkyries in 11 now at 56-45. And Barrett to inbound to Benz. So the Valkyries still with a chance battling here and winning the fourth quarter. Quickly, Sorry on the left wing. Back out to Benz, top of the key. Barrett, a long 3-point shot on the way. Oh, in and out, and right there is Sorry, but Megan Baxter comes up with it. Nearly falls down for Barrett. Quickly up, Baxter. Pardee, left wing for Bigfork. Pardee looking to drive. Drives, baseline. She'll get fouled and will go to the free throw line. As the foul's on Callie Martins, her second. 18th foul on Bigfork. So 8 fouls to 2 here in the second half, team foul-wise, and Pardee to shoot 2. Dribbles left-handed, shoots right. Pardee makes the first one. 3:08 to go on the Bigfork Harvest Food scoreboard, 57-45. Thompson Falls leads the Valkyries. One more shot for Pardee. Puts it in. 58-45, and timeout taken by the Lady Bluehawks here with 3:08 to go on the Bigfork Harvest Food scoreboard. Thompson Falls 58, the Valkyries 45, and I'll be back with the completion of this ball game from Thompson Falls. All right, welcome back. 3:08 to go in the ball game. Valkyries win the 13, 58-45 on the Montana Athletics scoreboard. Both will inbound to Benz. Benz will dribble across the timeline in the front court, top of the key. Andre Benz, right wing, Callie Martins. Back to Benz. Benz looking. Martins, right wing, underneath Barrett. Barrett off the backboard, shoots it too strong, and Megan Baxter with a rebound. Sorry takes it away from Ellie Baxter. Scout may do, looking to drive. Over to Barrett, knocks it out of bounds. And knocked away by Wilson. It'll remain Bigfork basketball. Barrett to inbound. Looking. Barrett looking. Gets it in it to Audrey Benz. Back to Martins. Martins up. And she'll get fouled by Megan Baxter. And she'll get 2. Check that, and foul's called to number 3, Ellie Pardee, her first third-team foul, and Martins to the line shooting 2. A little bit short of the first one, and she'll get one more with 2:41 to go. So Martins with the basketball, shooting one more free throw for the Valkyries. Shot up, this time a little bit stronger. Megan Baxter with a rebound for Thompson Falls. Pressure put her on as Barrett trying to run her down. Gives it up to Ellie Baxter. In the corner to Pardee. Pardee looking to drive. Gets it up. Back to Megan Baxter. Megan Baxter looking underneath. Finds Wilson. Wilson's shot off the rim, no good. Rebounded there and knocked away. Kicked out of bounds by Megan Baxter. It'll be Bigfork basketball as Faith Fields comes back in the lineup for Thompson Falls. And Barrett to inbound. Gets it to Benz. Benz across the timeline, 2:20 to go. Over to Sorry. Sorry left wing. Looking. Right there is Barrett. Barrett looking to drive on Fields. Off the backboard. Good by Barrett on the drive. She scores 2. Within 11. 2 minutes to go here in the ballgame. Ellie Baxter over to Megan Baxter. In front court, Megan. Pressure put on by Bigfork. We'll give it back to Ellie Baxter. Ellie Baxter, sorry, right there. Pardee, right wing. Pardee looking to drive. Nearly taken away by Benz. And that will put Pardee at the line for a 1-and-1. Number 14, Audrey Benz. Her third personal, 9th team foul. And at the line for a 1-and-1, Ellie Pardee for Thompson Falls. Her first shot up on the way. In and out, and Scout Nadeau with a rebound for Bigfork. Dribbles across the timeline, going to give it up to Benz. Benz top of the key, right there. Martins looking. Benz on the drive, kicks in the corner. Scout Nadeau, three-point shot and away by Nadeau. In and out by Nadeau, and rebounded there by Ellie Baxter for Thompson Falls. So Bigfork getting good looks, but just can't put it down right now. Faith Fields will give it to Megan Baxter. Megan Baxter trying to drive on Nadeau, back out to Fields. Pressure put on by Bigfork. Martins on Fields, and she'll get bumped. This time she'll shoot 2, double bonus. And that's the fourth personal. Fourth personal on Audrey Benz. 10th team foul, 10-3 on fouls. Team fouls here. Faith Fields to the line to shoot 2. Makes the first one. Callie Gambala will come in for Audrey Benz. And Thompson Falls will take a timeout. 1:17 to go in the ball game. And the Montana Athletic Club scoreboard says Thompson Falls 59 and the Valkyries 47 here from Thompson Falls, Montana. Okay, next week. A little bit change in the schedule, folks. Instead of Tuesday, the varsity will play on Monday, on President's Day. It is the Vikings at 4:30, the Valkyries at 6:30 down at Sister Rita Mudd Convention Center. They're in Missoula as they take on the Loyola Breakers, and Rams do the Vikings and Valkyries on Monday. I'll be down there broadcasting BFSD events on YouTube. If you can't make it down, we'll have all the action live for you. And so they play Monday, and then they play following Saturday at Anaconda, both the Vikings and Valkyries. Faith Fields' second shot up on the way, in and out. Rebounded there by Barrett for Bigfork. Quickly up is Emma. Across the timeline, looking. Long three-point by Barrett. No good. Sorry, trying to save it out of bounds. As it hits, or she touches the end line, trying to save it. Megan Baxter to inbound. Gives it up to Ellie Baxter in the backcourt. Pressure put on, back to Megan Baxter. She'll cross the timeline for Thompson Falls. In the corner to Detloff. Detloff underneath, backed away. Good hustle there by Callie Gambala to knock it out of bounds. And remain Thompson Falls basketball with 59 seconds to go. And leading by 12. Baxter inbound to Detloff. Thought about the three-point shot. Feeds underneath to Megan Baxter. She loses out of bounds. It'll be Bigfork basketball. 53.4 to go. And trailing by 12 are the Valkyries. They can hit a three or get a bucket here quickly and get a turnover. Martinez will give it right back to Barrett. Barrett looking at the top of the key. And Sorry. Got to look for a shot. There's Alexis Sorry. Right there, top of the key. Sorry. Three-point shot in the way. Drains it. Within 9, and the Valkyries fighting back. Now if they can get a turnover. Megan Baxter with the basketball. Looking over to Ellie Baxter. Going to get timeline, could be 10 seconds. Megan Baxter underneath to Ellie Pardee, and Barrett tries to get the loose ball, bumps Pardee underneath, and now put it up the line, stops the clock, and she'll get 2 shots. Good sportsmanship there by Barrett as she ran into Pardee and didn't mean to. Third personal on Emma, and Pardee to shoot 2 for Thompson Falls. First shot rims in and out, no good, with 24.1 to go. And she'll get one more. Dribbles with her left, and then will shoot with her right. Shot up. Rims goes in and out and drops. Up by 10, 20 seconds to go. Barrett with the basketball, looking. Shot, looking. Barrett looking, drives. And scores the bucket as Barrett drives through the lane, puts it up off the backboard for good for 2. She'll get the bucket, try to complete the three-point play the old-fashioned way, as the Valkyries pull within 8 at 60-52 on the Montana Athletic Club scoreboard. Barrett, shot up and good. Completes the three-point play within 7 at 16.8 to go. Ellie Baxter, give it back to Megan. Trying to put pressure, get the turnover. Megan, back to Ellie. Trying to get that 10-second call. Ellie gets it across the timeline, 6 seconds to go. Megan Baxter back out to Ellie. No fouls, 2 seconds to go. And that'll be your ball game at 60-53. And a valiant effort by the Valkyries, who fought back late in that ball game and lose this one by 7 at 60-53 on the UPS Store scoreboard. I'll get your full game stats here momentarily and be right back with you here from Thompson Falls, Montana. All right, welcome back to Thompson Falls. Post-game brought to you by the UPS Store at 439 Grand Avenue in Bigfork, 837-2002. All your printing and shipping needs, including banners and posters, Brad Stottshill and the folks at the UPS Store. Final here from Thompson Falls. It was Thompson Falls 60 and the Valkyries 53. Taking a look at your full game stats here. First of all, for Thompson Falls. I'll bring those up here momentarily. Megan Baxter with 19 for Thompson Falls. 11 by Faith Fields. 9 by Ellie Pardee. 8 for Jody Detlaff. 6 for Ellie Baxter, and 5 for Katie Alexander. 2 by Riley Wilson. Overall, 60 on the game. 13 in the first, 21. A big second quarter for Thompson Falls, 21. 17 in the third, and then only 9. The Valkyries able to hold them to 9. So they're in the final quarter, and 60 total overall. Taking a look at what the Valkyries did for the ball game here. Leading the way, Emma Barrett with 25 today. 5 3-pointers. Really stepped up for the Valkyries. 7 by both Scout Nadeau and Alexis Sari. 10 by Callie Martins. So Callie came off the bench and played a phenomenal ball game. In the third quarter alone, she had 8. And 2 in the second quarter. So nice job by Callie. Scored 7 in the first, 17. So got down to early, 13-7 after quarter 1. 17. So had 24, down by 10 at halftime. Put up 14 in the third quarter. Leading the way was against Callie Martins with 8. And then 15, outscoring Thompson Falls in the fourth quarter. 15-9, but not enough to get back in the ball game. Got outscored by 3 in the third quarter, so down by 10 and down by 13, and then battled back but never gave up. Also 2 for Benz and Japies. Japies fouling out with the 5 fouls. Couple drives could have gone either way with a charge or a block, and I thought one should have been a block, maybe the other one a charge, but the Valkyries never giving up, losing 60-53. So what does that mean for Bigfork? Bigfork Valkyries next up, they go Monday. Monday they will head down to Loyola to take on the Heartbreakers, who they beat handily by 17 at home earlier, and they'll take on Loyola on Monday at 6:30. We'll have that action right here on BFST Events here on YouTube. And we'll also have the Vikings on at 4:30 as well. So that'll be their first game of the week, and then their final game will be traveling to Anaconda to take on the Lady Copperheads and the Copperheads. There's 6 games going on there. I believe it gets underway at noon. Check your schedule on the Bigfork High School.org and see what the games are for that as well. On my calendar, I'll check for you. I have Anaconda. 4 p.m. and 5:30 for the varsity portions of those ball games, but they get underway earlier with freshmen and JV in Anaconda. Well, final 60-53. The Valkyries lose by 7 here in Thompson Falls, Montana. This is James LaFontaine, the voice of the Vikings. So that gives basically the B side for 7B is pretty much set. Thompson Falls will be the 2 seed. They'll play at 3 o'clock on Wednesday in game number 2. Eureka will play as the number 1 seed at 5 o'clock, and the Valkyries play at 7 o'clock that night, determining between Loyola and Anaconda what team they'll play at, as the number 2 seed out of 6B coming up on March 3rd. But got to wrap up the regular season. Once again, thanks for joining me here on BFST Events on YouTube and Valkyrie Basketball. Thanks to my sponsors out there, always, for supporting Bigfork Athletics. Once again, this is James LaFontaine, the voice of the Vikes and the Vals. Your final 60-53. The Valkyries lose by 3. You're from Thompson Falls, Montana. Thank you, and good afternoon.